Alright, hey guys, Godzilla from Hell here. I know it's been a long time since I've done a Pokemon video on Showdown, and really I was just trying to do different things. I will be continuing my ORAS playthrough. I just wanted to branch out, try a little Call of Duty. I'm going to come back to these. So don't worry, I'm just trying new things with the channel because it kind of hit a wall. I'm at 48. I've been at 48 for like 2 months. Very happy I got to 48. I shot up there. Literally, I was at like 35, then I looked, I was like 45. I'm like, damn, then at 48. But I know if I hadn't lost any subscribers, I'm kind of going roller coaster. I'd be in the 50s probably, no problem. And that is my goal, to try and get to 50 subscribers within, let's say, 8 days, end of the month. Not quite end of the month, but let's say by end of January, I would like to have 50 subscribers. If you guys can help me with that, I will be so happy. I plan on doing something big-ish at 100. I'll think more of that when I get closer. But right into the video now. Enough of the mushy stuff. I've been gone from Showdown a long time. I missed the Greninja move into Ubers, so I figured, you know, I might as well come back with a Pokemon that I actually really do like and has a lot of power behind it. I mean, it's an Uber. It's fucking a starter in Ubers. That's fucking ridiculous. But let's go right into the moveset. This is the very standard one. This is probably the older version of Greninja, but it still has some merit in Ubers. An Ice Beam will KO so much shit in Ubers. Hydro Pump, a lot of power. I've been doing some calcs, and an Ice Beam off this thing with a Life Orb is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on a max HP, max defense Giratina. Nothing is going to fucking 2-hit KO on the special side, especially defensive max HP Giratina. It's not going to happen. You're better playing around that rather than just trying to fucking kill it. But this thing, I mean, it can fucking do 65%, I think is the highest roll you get. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, he suffers from the four move syndrome, where he can basically cover and counter almost every Pokemon in existence, but you need like 12 moves for that. So what I did is I picked 4 goodish moves that I like on this thing: Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Extra Sensory, and Hidden Power Fire. Now, with Hidden Power Fire, that's pretty much for Scizors and Ferrothorns. I mean, it's gonna kill them. Unless it, I know I didn't do a calc for especially defensive Scizor or Ferrothorn, but I'm assuming it would do shit ton of damage, if not flat out OHKO. I can't see it not OHKOing. Extra Sensory is a guaranteed OHKO on a Gengar, maybe a Mega Gengar. I'll double check on that. So that's gonna really shit it. It's gonna do a ton of damage. You can switch that out for a Dark Pulse. It does a little bit more damage, but it doesn't hit Mega Venusaur, which, I mean, it's an Uber's Greninja. I'm talking about OU Pokemon, but hey, I mean, when I play Ubers, I like to bring in some OU Pokemon. Ubers are, I mean, Legendaries are great, but I like the other Pokemon that fit in that tier too. Hydro Pump can be switched out for Scald if you would like to have that chance for burn. I had Scald on this first, and then went, why? I'm going to just want to kill shit with this version of Greninja. This is, like I said, special attack Greninja. Has its place in Ubers still. The last set I'm going to go over is by far the most viable in Ubers. But the next set is kind of a utility set. I have seen this, and it caught me off guard. Spikes on this thing is weird. Basically, if you know you're faster than the Pokemon, and you want to mess with their head, and you're expecting an electric move, like let's say you go and they send out a Zekrom, and you know, might be Scarfed, might not be. If it's Scarfed, play around it a little bit more. But if you're like, alright, this thing's fucking banded, go for Spikes. You've just screwed it. You can get up another layer of Spikes on the Switch, and then you've started to get some good entry hazards. If you're not worried about that, if you don't want to do mind games like that, you can always do T-Spikes. That is a viable option. Basically, this set is using Protean to switch its typing to give it an advantage over defensively. Basically to stop attacks. Gunk Shot, I mean, it's Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot's a great attack on this guy, especially out of a 255 attack. It is going to kill things that don't resist it. And it's going to hurt things that take it neutrally. If you're weak to it, good luck. Good luck. We'll go over why in the next set. Scald is there for a little bit of utility move. I didn't go with Hydro Pump simply because this set is meant to kind of mess with things. You can go for the burn chance. That's nice. I mean, and U-turn is basically to get the hell out of there. Really, this is not meant to sit in there and just kill things, basically. It's meant to really in and out mess with people's heads. The last set is probably the most viable in Ubers. I spent most time calculating this set. The EVs are where I want them. So basically, with the Life Orb, Gunk Shot at this exact number is the lowest you can go with a guaranteed OHKO on a standard Power Herb Geomancy Xerneas. It will OHKO. I mean, guaranteed OHKO, it says. So I'm gonna trust the the Showdown calculator. So these are the EVs, and also off of that special attack, it still OHKOs Mega Salamence, Rayquaza, a lot of things like that, a lot of really big threats. It still OHKOs. Mega Rayquaza, it's hit or miss because he has the what is it? Not airlock. It's a fucking strong wind thing. I can't remember. I haven't gotten it yet. But it has the ability that neutralizes flying weaknesses. So that's, or dragon, whatever. Fuck, ice doesn't hit it quad. So you got to play around with that. It's a little bit weaker on the just raw power of the special side, but it does make up for that in being a wonderful Xerneas counter. Because if I hit a Xerneas with this, it's dead. I'm pretty certain most forms of Xerneas die to this set. If you come up against the physically defensive Xerneas, you can play around with the EVs. You can take a little bit from your special attack, dump that into your physical attack, try and play with it, play with your natures. He doesn't need to be this fast. I'm sure you can get around lowering his speed a little bit. You can try, I don't know what natures there are. Let's double check. You could try with a, definitely not brave, a lonely nature. That might work. Give you a little more physical oomph. It's up to you depending on what your team is built around. And just as a last note, Life Orb is the best item in my opinion, but you can definitely run this with a Scarf. I have done that before when it was back in OU, and people were just like, oh, I can outspeed this, I'm Scarf. Nope. And you just buzz past them and you kill them. Ubers is a little bit different story because things are just bigger in Ubers. Like I was looking at Giratina, what the most damage this thing can do to a Giratina, and it's a guaranteed 2-hit on anything. It will never OHKO a bulky Giratina, so there's no reason to go too far into that. But if you want to be able to OHKO things like, you know, Rayquaza or Mega Salamence, you got to play around with the thought process a little bit. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm back. I hopefully will be doing these at least once, twice a week. If you guys have a Pokemon you want to see, just leave it in the comments or yell at me. I'll hear you. I have super hearing apparently. And thanks for watching. Peace out till next time.